Hello, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Counseling with Juliet. I welcome you all to this platform. I want to use this media to appreciate as many of you that always come back to watch my video, as many of you that share, as many of you that leave comment and like. I want to tell you that I'm not taking it for granted. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you and God will surely bless you. Today we are going to be talking about a very wonderful message. I don't want you to leave that place right now, as I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for staying with me. Yes, like I told you before, I have a wonderful topic before us today, which says married but still lonely. Married but still lonely. I know a lot of you that are married you will relate with me in this topic, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Especially for those that are not yet married, you might not understand because you are not there yet. But I also want to give this key to you that is about to get married or that is yet to get married. So please also learn from this, because it will help you in the journey of marriage. Hallelujah. So today we are going to be talking about marriage but still lonely. There are a lot of people that are in marriage but they are living a lonely life. What do I mean? There are a lot of people that did not actually know the reason and the purpose why they got married. And you know, in life, if you go into anything without actually getting the full purpose, knowing the meaning or the purpose of which you are doing that thing, it will look as if you have gone there to waste your time. So a lot of people dive into marriage unknown to them. They feel that, like I always tell my singles, they feel that marriage is one thing that will fulfill them, or they feel that marriage is one thing that will complete them. But I want to tell you that no, marriage does not complete anybody. Marriage does not fulfill anybody. Yeah, it is a purpose on earth, as in God has instructed you to marry. But that doesn't mean that it is going to fulfill you in life, because especially if you dive into a wrong one. So when you enter that marriage and you believe as a single man that once I get married I will be fulfilled, and getting into that marriage, you find out that you are not actually getting what you have planned for. You are not seeing the fulfilledness. You are not seeing the complete life that you have already thought in your heart that immediately I get married, these things will be solved. What will happen? Automatically you become lonely. You will turn back to be somebody that is in marriage but is still lonely. You will look like that person that was the way you were when you were single. Because why? You will not find out that those things that you were actually aiming at or looking at, that when you get into this marriage, it will complete you. It's not getting you anywhere, and it can be frustrating. Number one thing I want to point out here about people that get married and they still remain lonely is because why? Unfulfilledness, like I said, can cause loneliness in marriage. If you enter marriage without you being fulfilled as a single man, a single woman, I tell you, you will enter that marriage unfulfilled, and that can make you to become lonely. Because why? There are some things that you have not helped yourself, you have not been able to complete in yourself before getting married, because you were feeling that the moment you get married, those things automatically will be completed, or those things automatically will be fulfilled. But I tell you, enter marriage being fulfilled, because if you enter marriage unfulfilled, you will definitely live a lonely life. I believe everyone knows what I'm talking about. Number two, when you are so much lost deep in yourself, what do I mean? If you are that kind of a single that right now you are not married, but all you know is self, it is very dangerous. It is something that if you are not able to open wide, to open the door, to be more diversified, you will find out that you will get into marriage and you will be lonely. Because why? You have always been living the life of self. What do I mean? You will see some single men and women today, because of the way that their mind has really, make them to understand. Because why? Now they know that they are not married, they are still living single, so they do everything just for themselves. They don't have that heart to share. They can't relate with people. They can't share with people. They are so deep in themselves. They are so deep in this thing called self. So when they get married, they forget that now they are no longer one but two. Though the Bible said the two shall become one. But they not forget that there's somebody also staying with them now that will make them to now be open-handed, to open more. Instead of being safe always, you now learn to open more, to explain more. I don't know the best way to explain it. To be able to relate more, to be able to share more. But because they failed to work on their paths while they were singles on this area, you find out that the moment they get into marriage, they are still living that life. That is why you see a married couple, they are at home, they don't relate, they don't communicate, they don't talk, they just find that, it's not that they are quarreling, get me right, it's not that they are quarreling, but they will just say, what do we have to say? She's my wife, she's my husband, is there anything to discuss? And if you go and find that from these people, they discuss more with their friends, they share more with their relatives, they can be on phone for hours, they can be on phone speaking to their friends, talking with their relations for hours, and they are just comfortable. But that moment they stop that, the next thing they keep to themselves, because why? They have not been able to come out, they have not realized that they are no longer one but two. That means two in one. That is another thing that can make somebody to be married and at the same time married but still lonely. Because why? He has not dealt with self. He is still living in that part of his life or her life. Self. Number 3 thing I will talk, when you get married just for babies, you can be living a lonely life. What do I mean? When you get married because you want to make babies, you know, it has so much come to our realization that this time we are, a lot of people feel, what do I need marriage for? Just for me to have babies. But if you are there thinking that marriage is just for you to have babies, no. It is one of it, but it is not the major thing. You know why it is not the major thing? After you have those babies, after those babies have grown up, they will leave you and it will remain you and your spouse. Then you will know that marriage is not actually for babies. Marriage is not actually for babies. So a lot of people mistake it that marriage is for babies. So when they go there, you see a woman will be saying, when will I have my kids? I'm getting old. I want to marry because I want to have kids. A man will tell you, I want to marry because I want to have kids. If you are a man or a woman that have always had this mindset that you want to marry because you want to have children, please wipe it off from your brain. That is not the major thing why you should get married. Because why? Even if it's part of it, God has said we should go also to go and marry, to reproduce, to multiply and to have dominion over the earth. Fine, but that is not the major thing. But so if you go with that concept that I want to go there to have babies, you will live a lonely life, because by the time those babies will live, they will grow old and they will go their various way. You can relate with me that you that is watching me right now, you are no longer with your parents. There was a time that you were a baby to your parents. Now, your parents are babies to you because you have grown up and you have left them. So if those children leave you tomorrow and you are now left with your spouse, how do you relate? Then you find out that a lot of people, they are married but they are still living lonely. Please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. You are welcome back. Yes, like I was saying, another reason I will be telling you this afternoon that can cause somebody to be married but still remain lonely is when you get married to a stranger. What do I mean when you get married to a stranger? There are a lot of people today, they just see somebody and the next minute they tell themselves that we are about to get married or I'm getting married to this person. I know you cannot actually know everything or the totality of your spouse, fine. But that is why God is there to direct us in most cases. When you get married to a stranger, what do I mean? You are not married to your friend. You have not really known this person. You don't even know what will irritate he or she. You don't even know what he or she likes. All you just know, you just get the physical features that you want. You are seeing this man is handsome, the woman is beautiful. The next thing you feel that it's just okay for me to get married. And you get married to this person, but getting old, you will find out that it is different from relationship. You know, there's an adage or a saying that says love is blind. But you want me to surprise you that at least let your love have eyes. Don't let it be blind, because most love that is blind, they get opened when the marriage is already done. What do I mean? The eyes get open once they get into the marriage. Because why? In all this that we have been saying, if you don't get married to a friend, you will always live a lonely life, even while you are married. Because why? This person, you and this person are just two parallel lines. You are not together. The way you reason, you don't reason the same way. You don't reason alike. You don't do things alike. How can friends move? Friends can move when they can relate, when they can do things in common, when they can understand themselves to some extent, when they can share in their understanding. That is a very healthy relationship. I'm not saying that you will not have misunderstanding. In fact, misunderstanding makes you strong. Because the moment you get yourself misunderstood by anything, any situation, when you are resolving it, you have passed that place. You have been promoted above that. That thing will not repeat itself. It will not make you to misunderstand yourself anymore. But when you get married to a total stranger, I bet you will be married but you will be lonely. Please, my singles, watch out not to get married to a stranger. Another thing that I will point out here, if you marry for a selfish reason, you always remain lonely in marriage. What do I mean? A lot of people go into marriage because of what they want to get. Like these days, you see a lot of our ladies, they don't care whether the man loves them. They don't care whether, they don't even care to see what is the future holds for them in that marriage. All they want is that they want to get married because their friends are married. They want to be called Mrs. So and so. They want to get married because this person is rich. I want to live a comfortable life. I want to get married because I just want to be in the society to recognize me that I am the wife of so person. I am the husband of so person. So a lot of different wrong reasons are what make a lot of people to remain lonely in marriage. They get married to the person because why? They're married for a very wrong reason. They don't know what marriage is all about. Marriage is a school that we normally say you can't graduate from it. You learn till the day you die. Because why? The moment, as far as you are going in life, you are experiencing things as you are going in life. And that your experience make you to become very, very tactical. It makes you to understand more about life. It makes you to understand more about marriage. The more you grow older, the more you understand a lot of things. Because why? You cannot expect a child that is just growing up today and you that has gone far to reason the same way. Even though we know that as a child, he or she reasons as a child, and there are some adults that are actually reason like a child. But because of the time space, you have gone far. You have seen more than a child that is just coming. So you see, it is a marriage. So if you get there for a wrong reason, you will remain lonely. Because why? You were not there for the right reason. Another thing that I will just bring to our notice before I will draw the curtain, when you marry because there's no communication, you marry because your children have become the center of your discussion. What do I mean? There are some couples, they don't have anything to discuss apart from their children. They have the center discussion about their children. Everything, if you see them talk, it's because how can we take this child to this? How can we do this? They just, everything they do, they center around the children. Once those children leave, they will become lonely. That is why I always advise couples, let not your children come in between your relationship as a married man, a married woman. Yes, God gave you those children. I normally tell people, the children that you have are not actually for you. They are not actually for you. God gave you those children. God used you as a channel to bring those children to earth. Because those children also have their purpose to fulfill on earth. That is why they will grow and they will live. The Bible says, the man will leave his mother and his wife, and the two shall be, he will cleave to his wife. Why? Because why? God used you as a channel to bring that boy and that girl. They will live and be on their own. So don't make them the center of your discussion. Make sure that you and your husband, you have time. You and your spouse, you have time to discuss your personal things. You have time to play. You have time to joke together. Like I will always advise couples. If you find out that your children are giving you are too much intermediate, there are so much inside, middle in your marriage, try to do without them at times. What do I mean? You can look for a place, travel. You and your husband go to a place. If you can get a reliable people that will take care of the children, leave the children for some days, maybe 3-4 days. You and your spouse go somewhere and have time together. Sorry, and have time together with yourself and no more, and discuss what you need to resolve by yourself. In so doing, the bond will be coming closer and stronger and stronger. Thank you very much. I believe that everyone that has watched this today have learned 1 or 2 things from it. And if you are the one, do not leave without subscribing. And please, I will advise you also to share. You might be a help to somebody out there that are actually passing through this problem. Thank you. Until I come your way next time. Bye.